Hey logo designers, today I wanted to show you how you can export your logos in a variety of sizes using the Scales tab in the Settings panel of Logo Package Express. To go to the settings, click on the gear icon in the upper right corner of the Logo Package Express extension window. On this page you'll see a number of tabs for different settings, but today we're going to be focusing on the Scale tab. Logo Package Express brings your logo artwork in at the exact same size it was in your final artwork file. And when it exports vector versions of your logos, the Adobe Illustrator files, the PDFs, and EPS, it's going to use that same width because vectors are scalable and it's assumed that you designed the logo at the size you wanted. So when we change the width in the Scale tab, we are only changing the width for JPG and PNG exports. There are two areas to input a custom width for your logo files. There are web scales and print scales. And these will affect the files exported for your web files or your print files according to which area you choose to set scales in. Print scales will only be exported if you have JPG checked under your print file formats in the Formats tab of the settings. Now back to the Scales tab. The default width for both web scales and print scales is going to be the same width that your final logo artwork was. But you can update that to be anything you would want, and you can add multiple scales under both the web scales section and the print scales section. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I'd like to have 3 scales for my web scales. A small size of 300 pixels, a medium size of 600 pixels, and a large size of 1200 pixels. And while 72 ppi is perfect resolution for the web, sometimes you're going to want to export files that are twice as big for Retina screens. So you can also update the resolution. For example, I'm just going to make our 600 pixel wide logos 144 resolution, which is twice the standard web resolution. And then I'm going to go high resolution for our large logo. For print scales, I'd like 2 settings, and I'm going to change the unit. Instead of pixels, I want to be exporting these in inches. I would like 2 sizes, one at 3 inches, and another at 6 inches. The resolution on print scales is locked at 300 ppi because in order for a file to be printed, it needs to be high resolution. Again, the only file format that will be available for print files is JPG. The reason that there's no PNG option under print file formats is because PNG is a web-only file format and it can only be saved in the RGB color space. In order to print your logo files, you need them to be in the CMYK color space, and the only raster-based file format that supports that color space is JPG. So all of the scales that we have set under print scales will be exported high resolution in the CMYK document color space. So let's take a look at what the files that are exported with these scales look like inside of our logo package. If I open up one of these folders, we can see that the file naming convention has been applied that shows the width, the unit, and the resolution in each file, and that our JPEGs and PNGs for web have been exported, and our JPEGs for print have been exported. And in case you're skeptical about Adobe Illustrator's ability to export raster files correctly, let's open these up in Photoshop and see if the settings are correct. Here inside of Photoshop, I can check the width and resolution of a file by looking at the image size window, and I can open it by going to Image, Image Size, or using the keyboard shortcut Option-Command-I on a Mac or Control-Alt-I on a PC. So let's do a little comparison. Our file name says that this file was supposed to be exported at 6 inches with 300 ppi. If I change the unit to inches, you can see that we have 6 inches and our resolution is 300. So that worked perfectly. Let's cancel this and look at another file. What about one of our web files? This file was supposed to be 600 pixels at 144 ppi. So let's open up that image size window again by doing Option-Command-I on a Mac or Alt-Control-I on a PC. And let's bring that over for comparison. We have 600 pixels and 144 resolution. So as you can see, the exports from Illustrator using Logo Package Express come out perfectly. And that's everything you need to know about exporting custom scales from Logo Package Express. Thanks for watching.